What's up, YouTubity tube? This is a reply, kinda, sorta, to Shall Not Be Infringed on his reply to me about time-traveling revolutionaries. No, so just two things. This is not a big one. The first and foremost is the talk of the hammer time. Yeah, when I mentioned that the hammer is going to come down on the revolutionaries, and you aptly pointed out that the folks that are changing society and the country as we know it are the true revolutionaries, you're completely correct. I didn't mean that in a form of our society is slowly changing as though we are strapped to your peer. I meant it as the hammer's coming down on those that I want to use the term are more of a traditional revolutionary. And when I mean by traditional, I mean as famous revolutions have happened in the past, they're mainly from a violent means. And I think that, and of course you guys can come in here and correct me if I'm wrong, I think when it comes to the liberty crowd of the politics on YouTube and on the internet and web forums across the whatever, there's a large section of them that believe ultimately that all this is going to come down to a showdown at the OK Corral kind of thing, and that we, the revolutionaries and those that feel the Constitution is the path forward, are going to come out triumphant. And I just don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening. At least, like I said, not for the 50 to 200 year mark like I mentioned in that other video. The other thing, so actually I kind of tied those two together, the hammer and then your peer. Your peer in the backyard, or I guess your backyard is the damn ocean. So, yeah, I kind of already made my point that I don't think there's going to be a violent revolution. I think there's going to be a lot of Occupy Wall Street complaining type of stuff, similar, not Occupy Wall Street, but complaining like they do, but similar to that. And I wanted to elaborate on that a little bit. My wife and I were talking, and she was mentioning to me how we know a whole lot of people that buy crap, expensive crap, and it's almost as though they are trying to live a life that they actually don't qualify for. And then the society in general has made it to where they feel that they are owed these things. You know, for example, there's a couple people we know that they are frequenters of loan cashing establishments to the point that they will take a paycheck, take out a loan, go down the street to another check cashing place and take out another loan on the same dollar amount. So you can call it as though they're like, oh, wow, almost had an accident. They double dip to the point that they're like 3 or 4 loans deep on their paychecks so that they can maintain this lifestyle that they have. And they just recently purchased a bunch of new iPhones and crap like that. And so they have a feeling that they are owed this stuff, tangible crap. They live large, you know, they smoke and smoke cigarettes, which cigarettes are really expensive. I don't care if you smoke. I smoke pipe and cigars, and that crap's really expensive. But I acknowledge it, but that's okay. You know, I work hard for my fun. But the point I'm getting to here is that we now have a society where, one, the demand for what is perceived to be a what's the word? Perceived to be deserving of certain products is current. We have that now. You can see that, you know, I used Occupy Wall Street just a second ago, unrelated, but Occupy Wall Street's a good example. These people feel that they are deserving of a free handout when it comes all the way up to, you know, even education. And then you couple that with just an extremely lacking sense of personal responsibility, as well as completely loose credit in the way that I just mentioned before. They can take out these loans and all that stuff. And you now have a system, and further, that hard work and, again, personal responsibility is almost something that's looked down upon. You know, I had my younger sister, we went to school in a pretty large school, and I grew up in a place called Whittier, California. And Whittier, California has Whittier Boulevard going right through the middle of it. And it was, there was the old line that if you lived north of Whittier Boulevard, you were rich, and if you lived south of Whittier Boulevard, you were poor, or you just made less money. And there was people that would actively look down upon you if they found out that you lived north of Whittier Boulevard. And I think that is kind of, and I don't, let's go further here, so. I don't think that's new. I don't think that that's new at all. I think people who don't make a lot of money and aren't having a good time with life see people that are having a good time with life, regardless of if those people work their ass off or not, and they view it as bad. So the entrepreneur who, you know, works 80 hours a week or, you know, whatever, he must be ripping somebody off, right? Or he must be doing something. And so now we've got this kind of hatred for business in this country, fueled by people who believe that they deserve the products of that hard work. And you have a very explosive situation, don't you? You basically have socialism in a tasty little bite-sized package, because all the people, not all the people, but a huge portion of our society feels this way. And the only solution is, well, let the government provide these things for you then. I mean, God, you know what? You mentioned the thing about the cell phones now, and oh, by the way, completely agree with the cell phone thing. That freaked me out big time, because I totally was seeing, like, 1982 or 84, total Orwellian 2-minute hate, sit in front of the view screen, it watches you as you watch it. Totally agree, and I don't know why I didn't put those two together, because I am actually in this kind of industry where this stuff goes on, and I didn't. Yeah, I'm an idiot. But anyway, good point. Totally agree. Now, but getting back to this kind of powder keg we have, it's a powder keg of a bunch of whiny assholes. A bunch of whiny assholes that are already planning to kind of go with the Occupy some more. They're already planning on occupying things, schools, businesses, all this stuff. And they don't mind going to jail, because, you know, it's not that big a deal to most of them. It's a slap on the wrist. But that, the idea there is that if they keep occupying it, if they keep doing this crap, that they're going to get appeasement. Because, frankly, people are just going to get tired of dealing with their crap. It's not going to be a violent revolution. It's going to be a slow and annoying, scab-picking ball buster of a time. Because we have a group of people that feel completely 100% entitled for something that they don't deserve, frankly. Nobody deserves to have an iPhone 4S. Nobody even, you know, whatever. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. And yeah, good video shall not be infringed, both for the eye-opening cell phone thing, which, again, I'm an idiot. I don't realize that. And then my clarification for the Maxwell silver hammer coming down on the revolutionaries' heads. All right, take it easy. Bye.